Hey guys, Steph here. This is the Secret Slob channel, and basically it's about me trying to get my life from a place of chaos and where I couldn't keep anything together, I was so disorganized, to a place where I'm organized and I have a clean house and just way less stressed. So today and this week and this month, I'm going to tackle something that, I kind of tried working on in the past, but it doesn't always go so well, especially with little kids and a family. Meal planning can be hard. So this video is all about meal planning. So first thing I did was got my control journal out, and I've got a tab in here called meal plan. You probably can't see, but anyways, I have lots of tabs. I only ever use the front one where I keep all my cleaning lists, but anyways, there is one in here called meal plan because at one point I had high hopes of using it, so I'm going to use it. All I have in this section right now is blank paper, and then I do actually have a list of really common meals that I make. So one really great place to start is just sit down and you can ask your family or anybody that you cook with, roommates, just what meals do we make all the time? Not meals that you hope to make or you have on your to make list, meals that you know how to pretty easily make, or you have the recipe handy, stuff your mom made all the time, whatever. So I have my list of stuff that I know how to make. That way I don't have to sit down every week and rack my brain for what I'm gonna do. But other than that, this whole section is pretty much empty. So what I've kind of determined, a few different really helpful techniques for doing meal planning and starting meal planning, because in all honesty, it looks easy and it's not. It's simple but not easy to execute if you're not super organized. And I'm not organized by nature. This is something I'm trying to teach myself now so that we can live in a happy house. One of the first most kind of helpful things to do when you're meal planning is first take a look in your kitchen and assess what you already have. A lot of meal planning, the most important thing for me is stop wasting so much food. We throw out, way more food than I'd like to admit because I forget that it's in the fridge or we don't get around to eating it or whatever. So meal planning really cuts back on waste, and secondly, and almost just as importantly, cuts back on the amount of money you spend on food, because obviously if you waste less, that's not just money you're throwing in the garbage. So the first thing I'm gonna do is make a big list of all the stuff that I have in my house. This might take a little while, but if I keep on top of it, I'll only have to do it one time and then I'll be able to just kind of keep up with it, right? Often when we do a big project, the first day, the first thing you start is the hardest. So I'm just gonna quickly go through and see what I have, and I'm gonna write it all right here. Okay, so, all right, so I did it. Here's my list here. Can you see that? So I did start being really specific and putting down all the sauces and condiments, but then I thought, no, that's not really necessary. So I really just stuck to the main ingredients for different dishes, and then as I make my meal plan, I can just check that I have the condiments needed. Also, remember to check your freezer. A lot of people let food go to waste in the freezer because it sits at the bottom for months and years, and really, even though you can freeze food for a long time, it does go bad eventually, and freezer burn food is so bad. Okay, so that was what I did first. So when I make my meal plan, I really want to focus on using the stuff I already have in my house. Some people call it pantry cooking or shelf cooking, I've heard, or freezer cooking is what my husband calls it, because he's always like, we gotta clean this freezer out. Anyways, whatever you do, use the stuff you have first. So I'm going to use my list of meals that I make. That's a lot that's basically almost 30 things. That's something new every day for a month. That's pretty good. And I'm sure if you rack your brain, you can think of that many things. If you have a hard time though, just as you go through your month, write down what you made. Like tonight we actually made, lettuce wraps. So I'll put that here because that's not on here. So now I'm going to use my list of what I have and kind of cross-reference it to meals that I know how to make. I'm going to start building my meal plan on this next page. So I'm going to do 7 days. I don't like to actually do each day a specific thing. So I wouldn't write Monday spaghetti, Tuesday tacos, because I find that as I go through the week, I might change my mind on what I want to have. So what I prefer to do is just write 7 meals and then every day I can kind of wake up and be like, oh, what do I feel like today? And then just pick one of the 7 things. That way it kind of changes it up. And yes, by day 7, you're kind of forced to eat the last thing on the list, but at least not every day you wake up feeling like you have to eat something you don't really want to. But if you like doing it where it's Monday spaghetti, Tuesday tacos, do that. It's totally up to you. It has to work for you. So my last tip for meal planning, and I only know this from experience because I've tried meal planning a lot and I'm getting better at it, but I really want to focus on getting good. The one thing that always goes wrong is when I go to my recipe book shelf and start picking brand new recipes that I'm not familiar with, that I don't really have the ingredients for, and say, this is the week I'm going to make 7 new things. From my experience, don't do that. Maybe pick one new thing or just stick with the things you know. Just for now, while we're getting started, keep it super simple. And you know, when we adopt a new habit, any extra complications just makes it more complicated. So let's keep it super simple for now. Stick with the stuff you know and the groceries you have in your house. Okay, so I've made my list. It's not pretty, but anyways, here it is. So always make sure you check your calendar. I keep mine in my phone. And I forgot that my husband and I are actually going on a date night on Friday. And so that's one dinner right there. And our kids can eat leftovers. They won't care about that. And I always like to add just an extra night for leftovers. So really this week I only even had to think of 5 things. And all of the things on my list are things that I have the majority of the ingredients for already. So when I make my grocery list, I really only have to add in, you know, fresh fruits and vegetables, milk, kind of all of that perishable stuff. I'm really liking my list. I'm liking that I'm using most of the stuff here. So I'm gonna really attempt to do this meal planning thing this summer. Summer is a really easy time to do it because you can always do the barbecue outside, or, you know, there's lots of fresh ingredients available. Fruits and vegetables are like super plenty and cheap, and up here especially, groceries are not cheap. I hope you will start doing meal planning with me, and if you already do meal planning and you have some really great tips or things that have gone really not well or really well, please let me know in the comments below. I am always looking for tips and I'll be able to share those with everybody else. So here we go. So assess what you have, write down the foods that you know how to make, and make your meal plan. Please let me know how it goes for you, and I will let you know how it goes for me. I will talk to you soon. Bye.